When you're hunting for a new water heater, it's tempting to skim the cheap options, especially the ones that promise tankless for a fraction of the price you'd pay for a brand-name unit. I've seen too many friends rush that deal, only to end up with lukewarm showers, endless error codes, or a system that gobbles gas without ever delivering the promised flow. That regret can turn a simple upgrade into a costly lesson. So, does the Takagi H3S feel like a smarter buy, or is it just another high-priced gamble? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the kind of situation where a tankless heater actually makes sense. You're either remodeling a home where space is at a premium, or you have a household that runs multiple showers, a dishwasher, and a washing machine back-to-back. In those cases, a traditional 40-gallon tank either runs out of hot water or forces you to crank up the thermostat, which spikes your utility bill. A tankless system promises endless, hot water on demand, and the Takagi H3S is built around that promise. It's a condensing, high-efficiency natural gas unit that can push roughly 8 gallons per minute, enough to handle a simultaneous shower and a dishwasher without the temperature dipping dramatically. The first thing I dug into was the installation reality. Unlike a point-of-fuse electric tankless that you can slip under a sink, the Takagi is a full-size outdoor unit. That means you'll need a proper gas line, a venting system that can handle the condensate, and a location that's protected from the elements but still accessible for maintenance. If you're comfortable hiring a licensed plumber and you have a little outdoor space like a side yard or a garage wall, the setup isn't a nightmare. But if you were hoping to mount it on a balcony or tuck it into a cramped crawl space, you'll quickly run into trouble. The unit's compact footprint is definitely a plus compared to older, bulkier models, but it still requires a clear area for the vent and the condensate drain. Now, let's talk about daily usability. Because it's a condensing unit, the H3S extracts more heat from the combustion gases than a standard non-condensing model. That translates into a higher energy factor, meaning you're actually saving on gas bills when the unit runs often. The No Pilot Light feature eliminates the little flame that most older gas heaters keep lit all the time, which cuts a tiny bit of waste and removes the hassle of a pilot failing in cold weather. The computer-controlled safety system monitors flame presence, water flow, and gas pressure, and it will shut down if anything looks off. In practice, that means you won't be staring at a blinking error code that you have no clue how to clear. The unit simply powers down and waits for the issue to resolve. Real-world strengths show up when you actually run a shower and a dishwasher at the same time. I've spoken with a few homeowners who installed the H3S in a 4-person house, and they reported that the water temperature stayed steady even when the dishwasher started its pre-wash cycle. That stability isn't just a comfort factor. It also protects your pipes from thermal shock, which can be a hidden cost in older systems. The low NOx emissions compliance with the 2012 SCAQMD Rule 1146.2 is another practical benefit if you live in a region with strict air quality regulations. You won't have to worry about extra permits or fines. This unit already meets the ultra-low emission standards. On the flip side, the biggest practical weakness is the upfront cost and the requirement for professional installation. Even though the unit itself is competitively priced for a high-efficiency model, the labor, especially if you need to run a new gas line or install a dedicated vent, can add a few $100s to the total project. If you're on a tight budget, that could push you back toward a cheaper, but less reliable, electric tankless or a small conventional tank. Another nuance is the flow rating. 8 gallons per minute is solid for most single-family homes. But if you have a large family that runs 3 showers at once, you might notice a slight dip in temperature or need to lower the flow rate a bit. That's not a failure of the unit, just a reminder that the rating is a ceiling, not a guarantee for every possible demand scenario. So, who should consider buying the Takagi H3S? If you have a natural gas line already on site, you're comfortable with a professional installer, and you need a reliable source of hot water for multiple fixtures at the same time, this is a solid choice. It shines for households that value energy savings over the long haul, especially in areas where gas is cheaper than electricity. It also appeals to eco-conscious buyers who need to meet local emissions standards without sacrificing comfort. Who should skip it? If you live in an apartment building with no outdoor space, if you only ever run one shower at a time, or if you're looking for a plug-and-play solution, a point-of-use electric tankless, or